Hello everybody, my name is KingStix. In this video I am going to be showing you how to react and play properly after you get invaded or killed in the early game as a jungler. I feel like this will be a great example since I'm playing Twitch, especially because Twitch is really reliant on his red buff, and if you lose that early game you're pretty much fucked. So at the start of the game I run out immediately to try to cover this bush to watch for the invade. Meanwhile, my whole team's AFK in base. Ryze isn't even up at his turret yet. So these guys are AFK. If they had been down here, Ezreal could have honestly poked them off. We have no vision. I get pushed off. So I have no idea what's going on right now. So I don't know who's in my jungle. I don't know if anyone's in my jungle. But the fact that Lucian was there is an indicator that something could be happening. So Pyke walks in. He ends up getting away. I don't know why no one flashed for that. That looked like it would have been really free. So they end up warding it twice, actually. And how many wards did we get? We got 0 wards. Pyke didn't drop a ward, Ezreal didn't drop a ward, and I had to back because of the Lucian damage. So at this point, I'm pretty spooked, and I'm not going to go straight for it because if they are there, or if they're just waiting a little longer, I'm going to die for sure. Now, I have 2 choices at this point. I can wait to go get it, which would have been fine if my teammate would have gotten down a ward. If I could have done this over again since we had 0 vision and they're playing so aggressive, I would have just started my blue. It's too dangerous to go for their red because if their mid laner drops a ward and they see me going for the red, the top laner can collapse, Gragas can collapse, and I'll die in their jungle. And I'll get absolutely nothing and put myself really far behind. So in this case, I'm greedy. I should have just went for blue since we have 0 vision. And you'll see what happens. So I go invisible. I can get up really close to the bush. And then me and them will see each other at the same time because of my indicator. So I start Q. Q's a good start on Twitch anyways because of the attack speed. Q and E are about equal. You especially do Q whenever you think they might be in here. So I start doing the red. Pyke's a little bit late. And they show up at 135, 137. Literally like 4 of them. Almost their whole team. My Echo's sitting mid. We can't really fight it at this point. I get pushed off. I get snared. And I die. So at this point, a lot of you might just AFK or rage quit or something. Don't do that. It's too early in the game. Now, we still don't really have any vision, so I don't know where Gragas went. I just saw him move this way. So he could theoretically go for my golems, my raptors. But usually whenever a jungler takes your buff that early, they'll do one of 2 things. They'll either go into their jungle immediately, or they will go to their opposite side jungle to stop you. So since he has my red, if I come over here, I'm only going to get 2 camps max. Plus, no jungler starts without doing a buff first for the most part, unless you're someone like Kane or Evelyn, someone who can get away with it. So in Gragas's mind, he should either A, go to his blue, then go to his red and counter me over here, or he should go immediately to his red and try to stop me on my blue. So I'm just trying to get over to my blue buff as fast as possible. I'm not sure if he's over here. Once again, no vision. I'm going to drag it out over here, away. And at this point, if he does have a ward in here, you can't even see me taking it. And then at this point, I just figure he's not here since he hasn't shown up yet. And I'm going to path towards the Scuttle Crab. Once again, I don't know where Gragas is. He could be finishing up his red right now. He could be over here. I don't think he's in my jungle because of the way he pathed after he took it. If he would have went for golems, or he would have walked this way for the raptor. So I think he's on his blue or his red right now. So I'm just going to go ahead and take the Scuttle Crab, just taking what I can. Yes, it sucks. I lost the red buff level 1, but I'm still going to do what I can. So I still get a Scuttle Crab. I still get my blue buff. Now, if Gragas had done my red into mid, into my blue, that might have, I don't want to say ended the game, but that would have made it really hard on me. If Gragas had done that, I would have had to probably concede my blue and cross over here invisible, take Scuttle and farm this part of his jungle. And then while he's farming this side, after I farm this, I could go back in and clear out my raptors and golems. So as he scissors around from red all the way over to my blue through mid, I'll just scissor back and take these camps. That would have really sucked, but Scuttle would have been up. This Scuttle still would have been up. So worst case scenario, I would have lost red and blue and still gotten a Scuttle Crab. But best case scenario, he didn't even try to touch my blue, and he's doing a greedy clear, just trying to clear as much as he can. And Darius isn't suspecting a gank right now. He hasn't gotten down to ward since Ryze has had the lane pushed. Right now, Darius shouldn't be stepping up at all. Rice has the minion advantage by like 2 range creeps and 1 melee creep, which is huge, and his candy minion's full HP. Darius's candy minion's almost dead. So by Darius stepping up here, if I'm in the area, he's going to guarantee die pretty much. He's putting himself in a really bad spot. Not only that, but he can give up 1 or 2 CS, and this whole wave's going to push to him. So he's putting himself in unnecessary danger. Bear in mind, this is D5, so people are going to make pretty fat mistakes like that. All right. And yep, it's a kill. Very easy peasy. Now, if Darius had Rise pushed in, I would have gone invisible before I hit the bush. I would have gone invisible here just in case if Darius did ward this, he wouldn't see me too soon. But in this case, since Rise had him semi-push the whole game, I knew this bush wasn't going to be warded. Worst case scenario, this one was going to be, which is why I didn't even bother going through that. So after that kill, I didn't bother to push the lane because Darius has teleport. If this was like Challenger, I would have pushed the lane in to just dump it. But I know personally, if you're in mid-low diamond or lower, that the enemy top laner will teleport as soon as possible to try to grab as much of this wave. So I just wait, go invisible. And now if you're, let's say you're not Twitch, let's say you're playing Xin Zhao or something, you could do the same thing. Potentially, it might be a little more difficult, but you would just path up towards this bush right here. And then you'd come around and try to make something happen. If you felt like your Rise was strong enough, since we do have level advantage. Or in that case, you would just shove in wave. But since I am Twitch, I can make this play possible. Darius once again is going to step up. I don't know why. The wave's already pushing towards him, but once again, it's D5. And D5 and lower, people will make that mistake. And we pinch him off because of the minion wave, Rise snare, etc. I hold on to my E as long as possible. At this point, I want to stay and help Rise with the wave and also damage the turret. Even though it's before the 5-minute mark, which means we do half damage to turret, which is unfortunate, it's still worth it since we have so many minions. Me and him are splitting XP, and I believe whenever you're splitting XP, you both get 70% of the total, so we're still not missing out by that much, and Darius is still level 2 and Rise is level 4. Now, at this point, when Gragas ganks me, a lot of you would just say, oh, I'm getting ganked, run away and recall, but you need to look. At this point, you would want to click on him and look at him while you're running away, and you see, oh, he has blue buff. Okay, well, how much CS does he have? And then to see how much CS he has, you'd hold down tab, and then whenever you hold down tab, the score thing pops up, and then I see, oh, he has 16 CS. Okay, so 16 CS. He also doesn't have his red buff, so that means he hasn't taken his red buff yet because he took mine. He has blue. I took my blue, so that means he took his, and he hasn't touched his red yet. So that means he took my red plus 3 other camps. Every camp is worth 4 CS, guys. So what's 16 divided by 4? 4. He took 6 camps. So in my mind, that means he probably took red, scuttle, blue, and then he took 1 other camp, and I'm not sure. It could have been wolves, gromp, raptors, but I know for a fact his red is still up, and most likely so are his golems. That's just useful information. So if I want to then rotate and go bot, I can do that safely. Just keep that in mind. So at this point, I'm going to back off. I got a lot of gold and XP. I'm 2 kills. So even though they cheesed me, and by the way, once again, these two are both Smurfs. Thresh has like an 85% win rate, and Lucian had like an 80% win rate. So I'm 1 Smurf playing against 2, something to keep in mind. So knowing that his red is up, and most likely his golems are still up because of his total CS count, I'm going to go ahead and path towards bot. Luckily, my bot lane's actually winning, which is crazy. They just killed them in lane, which is pretty nuts. I'm going to fast forward. I'm just going to clear my camps because I couldn't gank bot lane. So I'm just going to casually clear through. Still full HP. Echo's been shoving lane, which has been good and bad. It's been keeping Lux from roaming, but it's also been keeping me from being able to gank. I'm going to come in. I'm just going to try to get off as much damage as possible. I know we're probably not going to kill her, but then Lux doesn't, like... I guess her flash wasn't up. I didn't know that. Echo never pinged that her flash was down, so in my mind, I thought we were just going to shove her out of lane, blow a flash, that's it. But Lux is an idiot, went ignite, had no flash, and Echo did a good job getting off his damage there. He does go down, but it's worth since I got the gold. Is the Smurf, if you get the gold, and if it's for a 1-for-1 trade, it's worth. Gragas goes in, misses his dash. Now that Gragas has missed his dash, a lot of you might be like, well, he just did damage to you. He has more HP and he has a red buff. Here's the kicker though. Whenever you're in a fight, whenever it's a potential 1v1, you need to press tab. Right when I saw the Gragas and we'd killed Lux, I pressed tab. I saw this idiot hasn't backed yet. He just took his red, probably took his golems and raptors as well because of his CS count. He has no items. All he has is Hunter's Talisman. I have Red Smite and a Longsword. I'm going to kick this guy's ass. Plus, I have 3 caster creeps to help me out. Each one does 27 AD. That's quite a bit. So at this point, I turn on him, and he doesn't realize what's happening until it's too late. I add my Red Smite up as well. He flashes, and I still secure the kill, and I don't even have... Wait, I do have flash. I didn't use it, though. That's dope. So I knew my damage output. I didn't waste flash, and now I can just shove wave since it's already shoving. If I were to leave right now, by the time Echo got here, his wave would be pushed into turret, and he would get no CS anyway, so it's better for me to dump it. That way, Lux misses a lot of CS, and then I see these 2 goons rotating from bot lane for this wave and to kill me, but I was already leaving. Now, since Gragas is dead, I saw Scuttle was spawning in. It was yellow just a little bit ago, and I can pick this up as well. Now, I have 2 choices. I can... How do I see the gold? So right now, I have 1,300 gold. I could back, and I don't know if I can complete my warrior. I'm pretty close to it. So I can back, get my warrior, or I could potentially go farm. A lot of you newbie junglers might be like, oh, go farm. But once again, Darius is behind, and it should be a pretty easy gank since he doesn't have really any items yet. Not only that, but I don't even know if he went... What? I don't know what runes he took. I don't remember if he took bone plating, but since he doesn't have Dorn Shield, it should be pretty easy. Plus, Pyke is with me, so I might as well just go in for it. He flashes. Now here I got kind of pissed. So it was very obvious that Darius was going to flash. I slowed him. Pyke missed his stun because Darius flashed. Now we should have all stayed on him. We can each tank like 2 turret shots each. We can kill him instantly. He's only level 4. Yes, he does have bone plating, but it shouldn't matter. But at this point, so Pyke's going to land it because Darius is lined up and he's slowed by my red buff and W. Look what Ryze does. Ryze immediately runs away. If Ryze had stayed, we could have chunked him so hard. I almost soloed him. I got him down to like 1 Ryze Q, but Ryze ran away because he doesn't apparently know how skill shots work. But we have this fat wave now. We need to stay. It would have been good if Pyke would have stayed with the wave to help us push Darius off and maybe kill him. But Darius is going to get greedy and step up here in a minute. I think we kill him here. No, I just keep autoing him. Every time he steps in, I try to auto him, but I have to be careful with how close I stand to the turret because my poison is going to make it aggro me. So I hit him again with another auto. I hit him again, and then at this point, I proc ult and finish him off. Echo's pinging like mad why this is happening because Lux is coming. So I know Lux is going to come from here or here, so I'm just trying not to get too close to the darkness so I don't get snared. Darius got baited out. I dodged the pull because I'm a god, and my ultimate just came up from his minions dying. So Darius is, I believe, still level 4. He might be level 5 now, but he's really far behind. So I know Lux is coming in, so I'm just playing it cool. I juke it, just press spacebar for the scripts. I turn in on her, and I figure her flash is probably down. I do die, unfortunately, but I get her ignite, and I'd overall say that was worth. As you can see here, I'm pinging mid lane like mad because Echo has very little CS comparatively to Lux. And if he would have stayed, it would have punished her. But instead, by the time he pushes this, Lux is going to get back to wave. Look. Because he followed it super late to where he wouldn't even be there in time. And he was also missing out on creeps. So yeah, he pushes it. Lux catches the whole wave. Lux missed nothing from that roam. Now, the enemy bot laners aren't bots, so I'm just going to farm out my golems into red buff. If the enemy bot laners were bot, I would have just done red buff and then gone there immediately. That way they wouldn't back or maybe kill my laners. But in this case, they weren't there. Golems, red buff. Easy enough. Echo has Lux shoved in. But at this point, I see Darius's miss, so I might be able to make something happen. So as I'm killing the Raptors, I'm kiting this way instead of this way. I don't want to go bot. I see something's happening mid, so I kite over here, go invisible. And I know I can't fight since Darius just landed his ult. He gets his blood rage bullshit, so I don't really want to fight him. I want to wait a couple of seconds, really abuse my invisibility to its fullest right here until Darius leaves, and then I go in on Lux. Luckily, Lux, I was also trying to wait until Lux used some spells, and I saw she used her E on the minions. At this point, she's just dead. She even flashes away. It's not enough. I take her out. I stay to push the wave. You get that XP, and also I can crash it. Lux isn't going to get any of this, and I just got myself even farther ahead with that XP and gold. I see Gragas' bot, and I see they're low. If I can take this Scuttle, I don't know who's pinging me. That's why I mute pings usually, because like you saw, my teammates are pinging me like crazy. So I'm just going to take this Scuttle by Gragas' bot. If he walks into the bush, I'll mess him up. I should be going bot. Yep. So Echo's coming bot. I'm going bot. Watch the patience. This is something I want to... As a jungler, you need to be able to see the future, and you also need to have patience for the future. It's not enough just to see what's going to happen. You have to be able to wait for that opportunity. So here, Echo's by himself. I shoved in mid. Now, if I didn't shove in mid, Echo would have probably gone mid for the CS, but since I did shove it in, it allowed Echo to roam freely. Once again, setting up plays. I saw Gragas was bot. He went into the darkness over here, and he didn't show up on Scuttle. So I figure, you know what? He's probably diving to Ezreal since Ezreal looks like he's all by himself. So I'm waiting invisible right here, and I figure Gragas is going to come behind her and dive. And sure enough, like a book, he runs over there. Echo's waiting for him. It didn't really matter if Echo was here or not. It just made it a lot easier. Gragas ends up dashing into me. I smite him. We fuck him up. I go back invisible. And whenever you go invisible on Twitch, you want to look at the bush. Like, you're looking with both eyes. One eye's looking at the bush, one eye's looking over here. There's no pink ward in here. If there was, it'd be shining right now. Whenever a pink ward can see you as an invisible champ, it shines and you can see it and you can attack it. But there's no pink ward here, so I feel safe. I have my ult and flash. I get on Lucian. I immediately auto-tag W for a perfect combo. I get off a slow onto both of them. And I'm just trying to do my best job sticking as possible. I killed the Thresh, and I don't even have to use my flash. Even if I flashed, I don't think I could have gotten the Lucian. The pink ward couldn't quite see me because I stuck to the wall. Otherwise, it would have shown up. And then a pink ward shows up over here. And I decided to break that one. I was invisible. Found it for free. We killed Thresh. We forced Lucian to back. We need to stay and break the turret. If you were to have recalled or gone for these, you would have been wrong. Now, I will admit this was late at night. I wasn't thinking completely clearly. I didn't realize my teammates were going for Dragon because I was just that groggy. Since I realized they were doing Dragon, I turned off of the turret. Ezreal has like no damage anyways. So I turn off the turret, go for the Dragon to secure it, and we pick that up. Windrake's really nice on mobile champs because it helps on squishy mobile champs. It helps you not to get picked. So at this point, you might be like, well, why don't you go for blue? Why don't you go for this? Why don't you go for that? That's a fair question. This is easy gold, easy XP. The main thing is I see Gragas over here, and I figure they're going to try to fight my bot lane. Plus, both of the enemy bot laners are Smurfs, so they're going to be playing aggressive. Ezreal picks the Lucian. Sure enough, Gragas comes bot. Since we saw Gragas with the ward, that's why I'm on my way. And the rest is history. I slow him. And we do finish him off. Once again, we're all here. We have several of them dead. So we should have been able... We should have taken the turret. But Darius shows up out of nowhere. He teleported. I saw Ryze was breaking top, so I didn't think Darius would come. Because now Darius has no turret, and Ryze is just free to start on the next one. So now with Darius, they're all really low. And if Darius were to ult any of them, he could kill me instantly. So I'm just going to auto this and move away. There's no reason to try to fight this. He's going to kill all three of us if we try to fight. Now, in this case, I know my damage output. I'm already invisible. I have the attack speed bonus. Lucian saw me on turret when I was going invisible, moving this way. And then right when I was out of the turret vision, I turned back. So he thought I left, but in reality, I just waited right here for the right time. So Lucian, he goes in. I auto W, slow him. I finish him off. I go invisible. I wait to flash. I wait till Darius's Q. I don't flash immediately. Otherwise, if he has flash, he can flash with me because he does have flash. Funny enough. So if the moment he pulled me, I flashed, he could have just Q flashed with me, hit me with the Q, and then ulted me. So I wait until it's about to go off and then flash to dodge that damage. He doesn't know which way I flash. I could have flashed that way or this way. Pyke. I feel like we could have actually killed him there. It's hard to say. But it was fine. I'm fine with us getting out of there. I probably pinged him off of it because none of my stuff is up. Yep, so look, I'm keeping an eye on the mini-map whenever I'm moving around. So I see she's mid, and then look on the mini-map. She walks towards the bush, and then she doesn't show back up mid. Keep looking at the mini-map right here. She doesn't show back mid. Whenever that happens, there's a 90% chance they're just waiting in a bush for you. And sure enough, you see I'm walking like this. I'm trying to bait out a Q. I throw out W, and then Pyke looped around her. A really good play by Pyke. Pulls her back towards me, and then, of course, I light her up. It's worth the trade to trade him for her, of course, because I'm a Smurf. Darius gets on me. He starts fucking me up. And I'm just trying to run. He ults me. It's whatever. You're going to die eventually. In this game, I'm playing completely solo queue, no duo. So I am going for Bork Otherwise, I would normally go Warrior into Stormrazor if I am duo, but Bork gives a lot more kiting potential. At this point, just going to go clear. Gragas tries to contest. He's not going to get anything. And then I'll show you. This game actually gets pretty funny. So a lot of shit's going on here. Another big mistake, guys, is, oh, my red's coming up. I need to get it. Look what's happening. There's a fight happening right now. And we're ahead in gold. If they were ahead in gold, there would be no point in fighting this because it's like, I don't have red. We're going to lose it. They're ahead. We're ahead. And you can count on your teammates to try to force fights because they're stupid. So I need to be here for when they force that fight. So I go invisible, of course, just in case this is warded. I don't go to my red because I can see we're all grouping up here. Ryze is closing in. Ezreal splitting, which is drawing Gragas to back. So look at my invisibility. I'm waiting. I don't go in because I knew if I went in by myself there, I would have died. If I had more invisibility, Gragas would have backed and then I would have gone in, but I just didn't have enough of it. So Pyke goes in on the Lux. I just ult her over the wall to secure the kill. And then I don't press E because I want Pyke to get it with his ult. So Lux dies there. At this point, we have a lot of vision and a lot of pressure. I can take Scuttle for free. And then I can follow up on the blue since we have a pink ward. Looks like the Pyke just went down from the Lucian. He went too deep. He's probably just trying to use his ult reset. Got really greedy. So I'm invisible here. I'm waiting. Think about that, guys. Look, I'm waiting. I don't immediately go in. I'm not like, oh, I don't go in. Look, I wait. I wait till he misses hook. I'm waiting for Lucian to step up as well. I'm waiting. And now, I don't think Lucian is going to step up at this point, and Thresh starts to run, and he has no hook. That's when I go in. I auto W, and then at that point, he knows he's dead. He's like, shit. And then I just E'd. Blow him up. There's just that. I didn't even wait for 3 seconds. I just waited for like a second and maybe a quarter or a second and a half, 2 seconds max. And with that little time shift, it guaranteed me a kill on Thresh, and it guaranteed I wasn't going to get hooked. If I showed early, if he would have hooked, flayed me into turret and Lucian autoed, I would have died, man. That's not worth. And this is something you'll see a lot. Playing invisibility jungler, Shaco, Evelyn, Twitch, anything that can go invisible for an extended period of time, these are all plays you need to look for. Or if you are a jungler where you have an Oracle lens or a pink ward and you know this isn't worded, this is also something to look for. Especially since I see Gragas right now. If I didn't see Gragas, I would be a little bit more timid about making this play. But since I see the Gragas, I don't really care. Because who do you think Gragas is going for? Someone he can't see or the person on his turret? So, of course, Lucian's going to wait. In Lucian's mind, he's like, oh, I'm baiting Ezreal. When in reality, he's just baiting himself. So as Gragas comes up, I'm going to collapse on the Lucian. He has nowhere to go except for forward into the Ezreal. So Ezreal gets pinched by the Gragas. Darius? I didn't know Darius was coming. I didn't even see him. Where did Darius come from? Let me see. Okay, there he is. Darius crossed over for a brief moment on this little patch right there. On that little piece from here. So I only had a chance to see Darius for a moment. But at that point, I'm focused on the Lucian. That's why I didn't see Darius. Alright, let's see what happens to Ezreal. I don't remember. So they go in. At this point, I'm not worried about Ezreal. Like, my ult's down. I don't really want to fight this. I'm like, nah. So I figured he was going to die, but I'll take the trade. I'm the Smurf. I'm the better player in this game. I'm just saying that as a matter of fact. I'm not saying that to brag. So as a matter of fact, I'm the best player in this game. If I get the gold, it's much more valuable than if anyone else does. So making that trade's fine. Plus, Lucian's a Smurf, so keeping him down is really good. This is another thing to keep in mind when you're playing. Whenever you see someone who has a skill shot, the worst place you can be is right here. When you're right here, in this spot right here, you can't dodge left, you can't dodge right. The only way you can move is straight. And not only that, but with how big your hitbox is, even when you're right here, even if they throw it down the middle, it'll still hit you. So right now, I'm just trying to run a straight path. And whenever someone does have a skill shot, like Lux, Morgana, just any skill shot champion in general, especially if it's a CC, Thresh, that's why I stop autoing. I see Gragas chasing, and I'm pretty sure Lux is going to be here soon. So I stop autoing these. I could have taken those easily, but I'm like, no. And then I just keep running. Whenever you see her running like this, and then look, do you see that move right there, right there? Let me back that up just a moment. This is very important. It's like almost reading someone's facial expression. Look, do you see how she's running at this angle? She's running at a linear angle right here, probably towards Echo or towards a minion that she has selected. Look, look. Look. I'm going to slow it down. Look for it. Boom! There it is. Then she just stepped right here. Whenever she locked her path to where all of a sudden she's running this way and then she's running this way, you know she's about to pull some shit. And if she's trying to pull something, that means A, she's either an idiot and thinks her snare can reach this duration, which it can't, or B, she has flash, which I thought, I was 90% sure she was going to flash. So as you saw, she changed slightly from here, her trajectory, to here. So as I was running, I had my eyes glued to her. Even though I don't have flash, I got ready to juke. Boom! You see that speed, man? I juked that shit by like an inch. So I activated the scripts, obviously, and I'm juking. All right. That's a really important tip, guys, for dodging skill shots. Whenever you see them just change their path like that, oof. All right, so at this point, I think my ult's coming up. Yeah, my ult's up. I'm getting off vision. I didn't really want to fight it here since they're still in their turret and Darius is really tanky, so I'm just warding up just in case Gragas tries to sneak up behind these two dingleberries. So I'm just getting off some vision, maybe going to backup Rise here and clear these out. Now, right now, once again, I'm waiting. The Pyke invisibility gives it away a little bit. Pyke should have actually just waited a moment for Rise to get a little bit closer, but it's close enough. So Lucian keeps walking. The very moment, did you see how I timed that perfectly to where I did not show until A, Thresh and Lucian turn on my teammates, or B, my teammates CC them. So the very millisecond, the very 10th of a second, Rise is about to throw out his stun, I throw out my W. So before he even gets out, he's slowed, stunned, and then Thresh is just like, he's ready to just tie the noose and slide right in. And that's pretty much where the game ends. That's just the main stuff I want to show you guys. I thought this was a good game to show it because a lot of you bitch and moan about show games that are closer. In this game, I got overwhelmingly behind off the early game, so I figured I'd show you how I climb back from that and I can still win these games. Now, if this was in Challenger, this would have been much more difficult to come back from, but Gragas made a lot of mistakes, and like I said, Darius was very impatient with wave management. But most of you aren't higher than D5 anyway, so this will apply. Players still make this mistake even in high diamonds. Mainly the top Challenger players don't make these stupid mistakes, which can make it harder to get back into the game. Alright, I'll just speed through this now. There's one really cool play I want to show you. Alright, so I'm invisible, my ultimate's up, my flash is up. Two big dingers. I can't get very close because of the pink ward though. I keep going anyways because Thresh is being really aggressive. And he was just dumping pink wards down here. So I just want to get off some damage on him, set up this fight. Dragon's up, so I'm just trying to make some space for us to set that up. My teammates are in it right now. I go invisible again. Watch this shit. Pure gold. I'm waiting. You see how I'm waiting? I'm really using my... Oh, I don't know why it's still ticking down, but that's lame. I was trying to show you guys how long I waited. I waited until my invisibility was almost over because I saw Darius was moving this way towards Dragon, and I want him to get as far away from me as possible before I attack. Because if I attacked him when Darius was standing right here, he's going to fuck me up, man. He's going to like flash hook, flash slow hook or something. So I want him to get as far away as possible. So look, I turn in on the Lux, start blowing her up. I kill her before she can even react. And by the time I kill Lux, Darius is like, oh, what's going on? And then so I activate Q again. I start peppering Lucian. I'm attacking pretty much flawlessly. And I auto him one more time. I tried to get off another auto, but I cancel because of the Darius. I E. I get hooked. Now watch this shit. I flash away. I got too greedy for the Lucian. So Darius is chasing. Watch how I space this. So he slows ults me. He doesn't quite pinch it, right? At this point, I can either stand still, die, or run away and die because I have his bleed out on me and I only have 25 HP with like 5 bleed stack. So instead, I turn, I auto him for the healing on my Bork, and I believe I'm popping both potions as well. And so I'm just going to keep autoing. Rise did a good job at blocking the Darius and the Gragas. I'll give him credit. My teammates are definitely helping me out here. I move, juke. I auto again. Boom! And then at that point, Thresh is out of his mind. He's just too far out of it. Instead of just smashing up on the turret, even though Thresh is trolling at this point, if he starts playing for real again, or if I have a teammate DC, or if they start building momentum against us, I don't want to play against that. So instead of just mashing up on their turret while they're under it and trying to force a dive where we can all get killed and aced, I'm just going to go for the Herald and play it safe. Now with the Herald, we can force them out from under the turret. So even though Thresh is trolling, even though we're ahead, they're still under the turret. Here's Lux. I'm going to lay Herald, and that's GG. If Herald's up and they're not contesting it, just take it. There's no reason to try to force a dive. And yeah, guys, that's the game. I'll just stop it there. The game pretty much ends there. If you guys enjoyed this video and you want to see more content like it, support the channel. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. My name is KingStix. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you guys next video.